So if you want to find out why the price of Bitcoin right now is finding a very hard time to break out of this resistance line, and what is going to happen if this resistance line is going to get broken, I am actually going to show you this price target that could be next for Bitcoin to the upside, and also here to the downside if the resistance line is going to be there and price is going to see any sort of a bigger pullback. So let's start this here in a daily time frame first for Bitcoin by using this monthly candle close level, because we are aware whenever we have seen this impulsive move playing out for Bitcoin, with each and every corrective move, the monthly candle close level has always acted as a strong support, and after that the price here has seen a really nice impulsive move playing out. But since the price right now is heading here in a downward direction, the monthly candle close level is actually acting as a resistance and not as a support. But in our case right now here to the downside, this line here, the monthly candle close of 31st of January, is actually acting as a very strong support line, which is actually indicating, hey, if the price is going to see any sort of an impulsive move playing out, then this 33,000 support line must be held at any cost, because in the past Bitcoin price action you can see this 33,000 line did actually act as a strong support. And that's why, since the price of Bitcoin is above that, and if we are going to also find a proper support above it according to this monthly candle close level, the next possible price target for Bitcoin is going to be from this 31st of May. And this 31st of May candle close exactly around 37,400 price range. So if the price of Bitcoin is going to break out of this falling wedge type of scenario, which I showed you on my yesterday video, guys, then we have to be prepared for a really nice movement here to the upside that could actually bring us around this 37,400 price range to the upward direction, because this line here we can see, right, is clearly acting as a support. And if this support here is going to remain and price is also going to break out of this resistance line, because this upper line here is the reason why the price here is finding a very difficult time to break in upper direction, because this line has always acted as a strong resistance. So that's why here in a daily time frame, if the price of Bitcoin, right, stays above the 33,000 and manages to break above this upper line area of this falling wedge, then we could be expecting some impulsive move playing out that could actually bring us around 37,300 to 37,400 price range here to the upside. But if this support, right, of 33,000 is not going to be there, and price is also going to get another strong rejection from the upper line area of this falling wedge, then according to this same example, guys, the lower price target is sitting somewhere around 29,000 price range, because this 29,000 is the monthly candle close of 31st of December, because the 31st of December closed around 29,000. So now we are aware, if we are not able to find support above the 33,000, our trend here could be weakening and we could be potentially heading towards the next downward price target from this 31st of December. So let's see how the price of Bitcoin is going to do today, because right now if we would look at this price structure, right, you can see in a smaller time frame things looks very interesting for Bitcoin. And also, guys, I would really appreciate if you could take just 2 seconds of your time and destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So if you have watched my video from yesterday, I showed you guys this one interesting scenario that was actually pointing out that if the price of Bitcoin wants to show any sort of impulsive movement, right, then we have to break out of this resistance line, because just like with this upper line of this falling wedge, this descending channel upper line is also holding the price, and that can be seen very clearly, because whenever the price tried to break out of it, the same line acted as a resistance. And now look at this, guys, this line is also again acting as a resistance, and this is also a very good reason why we are finding difficult to break above this 33,800 33,900 price range, because if this is going to get broken, then we can see we are breaking out of the upper line area of this falling wedge and also the upper line area of this descending channel, because any sort of a rejection from this upper line, right, then we are also prepared to see another lower highs lower lows continuation pattern type of scenario playing out for Bitcoin. But we have said, if you are finding difficulty to pinpoint this movement, then what you can do is we can also add the RSI line, because whenever the price of Bitcoin has failed to follow this RSI line, we have seen corrective move playing out. So in our case right now, you can see the RSI line here got broken, right, and now it might be starting again another movement here in an upper direction. So if this rising trend line again is going to hold the RSI line, and if it's going to head in upper direction, then you can see this price movement could be continuing, and we could also be breaking in an upper direction very soon. But if the RSI line is also going to fail to follow this rising trend line here to the downside, right, then be prepared, guys. This resistance line is again holding the price, and we could be preparing ourselves for another pullback type of scenario. So watch closely around this RSI line, and let's see if the price of Bitcoin this time is actually going to break out of this resistance line or not. Because in this scenario here right now, it's not just only showing us that 33,000 is a strong support from this monthly candle close level that might be holding the price, but also you can see here this price movement what we are witnessing with Bitcoin right now, guys. This is actually also showing us that, hey, right now to the downside, this line here is acting as a strong support, and this line is acting as a strong resistance line. But if you look at the price structure closely, this is a very nice broadening wedge scenario, guys, because right now if you look at the price structure, this price here has already found support, a strong support from the lower line area of this ascending broadening wedge, right, and the upper line here is acting as a resistance, and that can be seen here. But since the price here has already found support, if this is going to continue, right, if this is going to continue, then we can see the price here could be breaking out of this descending channel and also this falling wedge, because this here in a smaller time frame, the price movement here is clearly showing a support from this lower line area of this ascending broadening wedge. And also if we would look at this price structure very closely, guys, we might be also forming this double bottom type of scenario. So right now the neckline is being tested, as you can see here. So if this neckline is going to get broken and we are going to find a proper support above it, that could also indicate the price here could see a potential upward price movement playing out very soon. So to do that, the price here at any cost must break above this 34,000 price range. So if the 34,000 price range is going to get broken and price remains above that, then this is going to potentially continue here in an upper direction, because according to the monthly candle close, our next potential target is going to be around 37,300, 37,400. So let's see if the price is actually going to see a breakout or not, because if this is going to happen, the first smaller target in a smaller time frame for Bitcoin according to double bottom is going to be somewhere around 34,200, and this 34,200 price range, if we see this breakout, right, does actually makes a lot of sense in a smaller time frame, because if you would look at this price structure in a smaller time frame using the CPI indicator, our leading indicator, then you can see here. So now what we are going to do, guys, is we are going to look at the price action of Bitcoin in a 15-minute time frame, but I'm using the daily CPI. Doesn't matter if you change the time frame into 45 or even an hourly time frame, this is going to remain here. So this means according to the daily CPI, since the price of Bitcoin is already above the daily CPI lines, this is a very good sign for short term, because if this is going to continue, because you can see this is a double bottom, I just showed you with the previous example, and retest has also been already made. And this retest, you can see where did it found support? Exactly at the CPI line, the top CPI line, and now we are seeing this impulsive move type of scenario playing out in a smaller time frame. So if this is going to continue according to the CPI line, this is where we might be potentially getting gravitated here in a shorter time frame. So this upward target for short term is 34,100 to 34,200 price range, because the double bottom scenario what I just showed you, right, the target here was also exactly around 34,100, 34,200. So now according to the CPI, also you can see this 34,100, 34,200 could be on the line for the short term trade. So that's why as long as the price remains today above this CPI line, the top CPI line that is lying around 33,600, we could be trying many times to break in up direction, but failing to find support above the CPI lines, then we are aware that we could be testing again this 33,000 price range here to the downward direction. So let's see how this one is going to play out for Bitcoin. So these are some of the scenarios I thought sharing with you in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.